Need a new one. Okay, hi there. I'm back. My name is Wilfred, and I'm a senior math tutor, and I'll be covering 10 questions of pre-algebra today. A little bit backstory. I just recently graduated from MAC with a major in biochemistry and a minor in mathematics. And if you have any other questions, please submit them through OneClass. But I'll be going through 10 questions today. So let's start. Okay, cool. So the first question we have it says, how to simplify the root of 3 minus 1 over 1 plus the root of 3. So when we're simplifying, what it means is that once the question is asking us to reduce this into a form with less radicals and without the I guess the fraction too. So how do we simplify this? Well, we're going to use a concept called a conjugate. And what a conjugate basically is that we basically flip. So it's a term. So let's say that we have x plus y as one of our terms, okay? The conjugate of that would just be flipping the middle sign from positive to negative, or negative to positive. So the conjugate of x plus y would be x minus y. And the really useful thing about a conjugate is that it helps to reduce and to simplify the denominator, which is very hard to do normally. And by doing so, we can come up with a simplified term for this, I guess, more complex term, as we can say. So let's try to simplify it, okay? So we have root 3 minus 1 over 1 plus root 3. So the conjugate of the denominator of 1 plus root 3 is 1 minus root 3. So basically, a very clever technique is that we're going to multiply this term by 1, okay? So we know that whenever we multiply anything by 1, it's the same term. However, we can also say that this 1 can be expressed as in this form. So we can say 1 can be expressed as 1 minus root 3 over 1 minus root 3. So you see here that this still equals 1, but we have cleverly changed the 1 to make it the conjugate on the numerator and the denominator. Now, if we expand this term out, what do we get? So at the top, we get root 3 times 1 is root 3. Root 3 times negative root 3 is 3. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. And negative 1 times negative root 3 is positive root 3. What about the bottom? So if we multiply the conjugate to this term at the bottom, we get 1. 1 times negative root 3 is negative root 3. Root 3 times 1 is root 3, positive root 3. And root 3 times negative root 3 is negative 3. We can see here that our radical terms cancel out. And now all we're left with is the top, so I'm going to simplify this too, is 2 over root 3 minus 4 over minus 2. Okay? So by multiplying the denominator by its conjugate, we have now simplified this term where there's no radical at the bottom anymore. And now all we need to do is we're going to reduce. So we can see here that we can divide the top, this 2 times root 3 and negative 4, divide by negative 2. So we're going to do that, which we get negative root 3 and plus 2. So this is a simplified version of this complex term, I guess you can say. So now we have found our simplified version. So looking at what the junior tutor wrote, they basically wrote the same thing. The only thing is that the denominator of the expression is actually 1 plus root 3, not 1 minus root 3. So that's where they put something else there. So, yep, so this solution is correct. Cool. All right. Yeah. So let's move on to the